Hey. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. Today, we are going to be talking about financial mistakes that many people make. So, first, thank you for joining me. Secondly, let me know where are you tuning in from, and I'm going to just jump right into it. And but matter of fact, before I get started, if you are not subscribed to our channel, definitely subscribe. Every Tuesday, we go live just like today at 6 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday, we post a video at 6 a.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. So, today we're going to talk about financial mistakes, Dallas, Texas. Yes. PA. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So we're going to get right into it. So we're going to go over 5 mistakes that many people make. And the first one, if you see me glancing over, that's just my notes on which 5 I wanted to share today. So the first one is guessing expenses. A lot of times when we are working with our budget and just trying to make sure we have things together, and we say, this budget is really just not working out for me. It's not working, and that could be because we are guessing our expenses. So when we are creating our budget, it's good for us to actually take the time to look at our statements, to look at our pay stubs, to really have the good, the right numbers. Okay. So, for instance, if you pay something every month and sometimes it's not the same exact amount, Norristown, hey. So sometimes it's not the same amount as it normally is. So, we're used to it being $55 every month. And then this month, maybe you have an annual fee on this particular card and you forgot. You didn't even think about it because it's annual. So it was last year. You don't remember which month it hits. A lot of times we don't take the time to just look. Yes, sometimes things remain the same, but sometimes things actually do change. And just like for your paycheck, the expenses in your paycheck, sometimes we don't even consider those expenses. So let's consider your union dues. Those a lot of times are a percentage of your income. So when your income changes, don't forget to go back and check and see how much you pay for that. See how much, so you know what to calculate from your budget, so you know what income you actually are working with. There could be things like not only that, there's fees. There's a lot of different things. So just take the time to look at your statements. Take that time because it is very beneficial to you to see what you're doing, see what you have going on, so that you're not just working with, you have full intentions on doing this thing right and making it work, but things change and it throws you all off. And then you don't realize it until later on when you say, like, where did my money go? How come I don't have enough money to do this when I normally do that? And so, number one is to take the time to check out your expenses. Don't guess your expenses. Number two is cutting out fun. A lot of times we create that budget and we're so set on, I just want to pay this, I want to pay that, I need to save this, I need to do that. And we don't incorporate the fun into our budget. And then what happens? Then we start to resent our budget because it's no fun included. We're just sticking to the bills. Every time I get paid, I gotta pay my bills. Every time I get paid, I gotta pay this bill, and I never really get to enjoy myself because I'm so busy just paying my bills, paying my bills, paying my bills. And then you're like, you know what, I'm done with this budget, because it becomes like, it makes you not want to do it because there's no fun. People get in their mind that they have to have it just strictly, pay for their bills. Yes, we want to build our savings. Yes, we want to eliminate debt, but we have to keep in mind that the purpose of the budget is not to just shut everything down. The budget is actually to make sure that we're handling our business and the things that we want to do and need to do. But on top of that, we are still enjoying life. And that is actually my quote that I go by, to help people enhance their finances, to meet and exceed their financial goals while still enjoying life. It's very important that we know that we have to put that fun in our budget, incorporate that fun into our life. And even we might not go out every weekend, but maybe 3 weekends a month. Or if my budget doesn't allow for it, maybe 2 weekends a month. But guess what? I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to enjoy myself, because another thing is we're working towards something. So we don't want to have a budget where we're not really working towards anything, because the purpose of us is to get to that goal. Maybe we're saving to have our emergency fund to a certain amount. Maybe we're saving for a large purchase. But just remember, your budget is not for you to not live your life. It's for a purpose, for you to get to a certain point, for you to reach where you're trying to get to, And then once you get to that point, then guess what? We adjust our budget because now we have a new focus. So don't think your budget has to stay the same all the time. So just, and don't cut that fun out. Check your budget out. If there's no fun, put it in there. If you go to my Instagram page, Enhancing Your Finances, I actually just posted 4 things yesterday to not leave out of your budget. So you can go check that out. Number 3, listening to everyone else. So sometimes we get it, we don't know what we want to do. Maybe we listen to other people, we ask people's opinion, and then what works for that person might not work for you. So we have to keep in mind that too. We have to do what's best for us, what's best for our goal. Someone could be working towards, building their savings up to a certain amount, where you could be working towards eliminating some debt. So what works for them might not work for you, and it might not benefit you the way it benefits them. So just don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Worry about what you're doing. Have your focus, and then it's good to ask people their opinion, maybe to get tips, but definitely you want to stick to what you have to do and what's going and what's working for you. Yeah, so we need fun stuff. We definitely need fun stuff. Thank you for the great information. I really appreciate that. Number 4, not saving for emergencies. Not only emergencies, but not saving for special occasions, holidays, and those things. We don't incorporate those into our budget. We don't think about them until the day comes, and guess what? Now our budget is thrown off because we didn't think about those things until the last minute. So we need to think about things like birthdays. They come around every year. We know whose birthdays are important to us. We know whose birthday we're going to make purchases for. So we need to put money aside for that. We know about how much we spend on this person. So we want to incorporate that into our budget for different holidays. For the holidays at the end of the year, a lot of times we spend a lot of money on that. And then when we don't prepare for it, then come holiday time, we spend so much money. And then what do we do? The budget is non-existent in December because we spent all of our money on the holiday gifts. And then come January, now we're trying to play catch up. We're trying to get back on track with the December bills that we didn't cover because we were busy out holiday shopping. So we had to keep in mind just to plan for those things. Hey, thank you for tuning in. We had to plan for those things so that we can enjoy, have a great time. Yes, then your budget's out the window because you're out here, getting all these gifts and you didn't think about putting that into your budget. So, I have a group, and in that group, every year we pick a time. Well, I pick the time, but then we get started on our holiday budget early because we don't want it to come up and then it affects our finances and throws everything off because we work so hard all year long to get to those goals, to reach those goals, and we don't want to throw them out the window because we weren't prepared for a big uh, purchase like holiday spending. Because a lot of times, we want to make sure our loved ones have a special day and we can do so much for them, but we don't put that money aside. And then come holiday time, we go get those things because we love our family, right? And then we're like, well, I'll figure those bills out later. So we don't want to do that. So if you're someone who does that, definitely think about that earlier. Think about it earlier. Our 5th and final one is not checking your bank account. So I had to say, check your bank account. A lot of times we do not check our bank account. We do not look at our bank account. So we might miss things. Not only could there be an error on your statement that, is your loss, but you don't know because you didn't look at it, or it could be something that you normally pay a certain amount for and it was higher this month. You would have no idea if you didn't check it. Or I've had this happen to me. I went to the store, I purchased something, they rang it up twice. If I didn't look at my bank statement, I wouldn't have noticed that I paid double for that. I wouldn't have been able to go back and get my money back and things like that. So it's important to really check it out. Sometimes we get in our mind like, it probably is only a couple of dollars, or the bank doesn't make any errors. Things happen. No, it's not on purpose, but things happen. Take the time to look at your bank statements, not only to find errors, but just to see what's going on, to make sure anything you have on automatic pay comes out exactly what it's supposed to come out as. So just check those things out. Take your time and view your bank statement, not only your bank statements, but credit card statements, because again, those things, we pay things on there too. You might have something automatically coming out of that, so that you can keep your money in your bank account. So check those statements, check those transactions, and check it often. Thank you for the tips. You are very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. I have reached all of my tips for today, but before we go, I would like to let you know that I have a free money personality quiz that you can take to learn how you are with your money. How do you react to your money? How do you spend your money? After I post this video, I will definitely put that in the chat so you can go take the money personality quiz and see how you are and what type of spender you are. And then you can send it to me on Instagram or Facebook. DM me. I would love to hear what kind of spender you are. And does anyone have any questions? You will do. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so fun. I took it myself. But it's good because sometimes we don't realize the type of spender we are. So there's a couple questions, and then depending on the way you answer it, it shows exactly, how you think when it's time to spend money. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. All right. What are the books behind me on the shelf? So that's funny that you ask. And a lot of people, well, no one actually, you're the first to ever ask me. So what those books are the books that I want to read this year, the books that I will read this year. So I have two more I want to add to the stack. So later on this year, you'll see that that pile will go down and down and down, and I'll move them lower onto the shelf. So I want to read every one of those books, and I have them up there so they stay in my sight so I don't forget about them and then make sure that I read them. Great question. Is it too late to join my community? All right, so that's a good question as well. So for those of you who do not know, I have a financial community where we are working to improve your money management skills. We're building our savings, we're thinking differently about our money, working on eliminating our debt. So that community actually launches in April, but right now we are in the beta of it. So actually the beta closed on Saturday, but I never pulled the page down. And two people actually jumped in yesterday. And actually, I haven't pulled it down yet. So if you would like to join, definitely check it out tonight because tonight I'm definitely going to pull it down. So now you can come in as a beta member for 30 days or 90 days and check it out. I'll put that in the link too. And then if you're watching this video like later and it's already down, then come back in April when we launch fully and we're open to everyone. But that was a good question also. Yeah. So you have until tonight actually since I hadn't pulled it down. Great. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. We are live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern with a different tip to help you enhance your finances. Every Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern, I post a video. So check out that. Go if you're this your first time, go watch some of the older videos. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you all for taking your time to listen to my financial tips. Have a great evening. Happy Tuesday. Happy budgeting. All those good things. I'll see you all soon. And you're very welcome.